Question for you. If you grabbed a guy with 50 IQ and put him in the same situations that cause your overthinking and anxiety, how would he respond? The same mechanism literally just wouldn't exist, and your big brain actually harms you. Do you think he'd be thinking 5 parallel universes in the future and overthinking 8 different ways you're going to get rejected? Do you think he's thinking of all these situations that could occur and playing out multiple scenarios to their logical conclusion? Or imagining different timelines of your past self where you're acting in a slightly different way, or you're thinking a different way, or recalling times where even you were nervous or you screwed up and it's a deep feeling of shame inside. Do you think he does any of that? Exactly. It doesn't. What you're doing is literally sending signals to your body from your brain that this is a threat, this is not safe, and it's putting you in minor fight or flight. The mind's imagination is very strong. It can't tell a real situation from a fake one. In terms of like the body's signals and like emotions, it can't tell. Like the best example of a mind-body connection is, think of an attractive girl naked. What happens? Your pee-pee gets hard. Or like how can that even happen if the brain has no bearing on what happens to the body? It's because it does. The brain, whatever is conjured up here, is reflected down here. Like think of a past situation that has brought you a ton of shame. You're going to get physical manifestations in your body of shame right now. Even though the event happened months, weeks, years ago, you can feel it right now. That's because of the mind-body link. So, you overthink. I used to overthink. I've stopped overthinking. How do we do that? Obviously, the main analogy that I just gave is to think more like a retard and try and calm the mind, because they influence each other. But it just happens. I can't control it. It feels out of my control. Okay, I'm going to give you some advice and you're going to be able to handle and stop overthinking. I want you to think and act in these situations like you're a retard. And like the thoughts and stories are just stupid. It's like, imagine having a conversation with a 6-year-old and they call you a poopy head. How are you going to respond to that 6-year-old? In the same way that you'd respond to that 6-year-old, respond to these thoughts and stories. How would you respond? You'd call her an even bigger poopy head. Oh, you're stupid. You'd laugh and joke and you wouldn't take it seriously. It's the same way with this. You can't take those thoughts too seriously. You just can't. Some of the shit your brain like generates, it's so like out of pocket, it's stupid, and it's like, why would I believe you? It's like, take notice on what is generated in your brain for like maybe a day, or even like the entire time you have a shower. Just watch your thoughts and watch what is being thought. You will notice and come to realize how like batshit insane like your ego is, the thing that's generating the thoughts. Like you'll have a topic, you'll go back in your past, you'll think about the future, you'll ruminate on something that happened. All within like 5 seconds, you can go from something stupid to something insane to feeling sad to just the absolute crap you can see whilst watching thoughts. This is an actual exercise I want you to do. Next time you go have a shower or you're just existing and you're not doing anything, just like imagine your thoughts as like a person next to you, and just like watch the conversation and watch the thoughts. You're going to notice This guy's fucking stupid. And if, imagine like that is a friend of yours that's giving you advice. Would you listen to them? Would you take their advice and like treat it as fact? No, you wouldn't. You look at him like a fucking idiot and be like, why would I ever listen to you? You'd act like a schizophrenic. One second you're on that, one second you're on that, and then like it's disconnected, it makes no sense. And then you provide something logical and then it makes no sense 2 seconds later. What? You can't treat your brain seriously. Treat it like a 6-year-old. Treat it stupid, poopy head. And this is why meditation and like the practice of awareness is very important. This is the next step. Well, actually, it's probably like the step before. I probably should mention this first. Anyway, meditation is a practice of just observing your thoughts, sensations, and noticing awareness, and then bringing it back. So say you're focused on your breath for 10 seconds, you lose awareness, you go into your thoughts, you become aware that you're thinking, you go back to your sense of what you were doing before. And then when you do that over and over and over again, a few months in, you will come to be able to like distance yourself from thoughts and sensations. You will come to realize that they don't have as much of a hold on you as you once thought. You will come to realize that they are not you, they are not absolute, and that they do not have power over you. This is when those stories and those thoughts, they just don't hit as hard. They feel like an echo in the back of your head that you can choose to listen to, or you can choose not to. So the practical parts, start meditating consistently, but do it gradually. Don't start with like 30 minutes if you've never meditated before. Start with 3 minutes every day for 2 weeks. Build the habit consistently. Build the identity. Build the consistency and do it at the same time every day. This is going to help with stickability and actually being able to do it long term in order to actually get the results you want. Trying to meditate for 30 minutes every day for a month when you've never done it before, you have no habits built up, you have no identities built up, the chances of you failing are much higher than if you were to start slower and gradually improve and incrementally up the challenge. And finally, the last thing you can do is to relax your nervous system. Your nervous system is more than likely in a minor state of fight or flight. You have constant stress that is resulting in physical manifestations, which is just sickness, which is tightness, which is the inability to speak your thoughts out because your jaw's tight, your stomach is tight. And by learning to relax your nervous system and your body, you will be able to more easily be able to express yourself and to get more what you want out of life. You'll just be a more free individual. And again, you can do this through meditation, things like breathwork. Breathwork is amazing. You can do like a 40-minute breathwork session once every few weeks, and that will relieve so much stress in the body. There's a YouTuber named Breathwork with Sandy that I love. His guided breathwork sessions are lovely and beginner friendly. Go watch him. Do it once a week. Do that consistently for a few months and your baseline stress levels are going to plummet. You're going to be so much more at peace and just able to act in the world. It's such a nice feeling. And then there's a few bits of advice that will help. Have your diet on lock. Whole foods, no junk food, or as little as you can. Get your sleep right. Exercise. Drink lots of water. The basic good health habits are conducive for a good healthy nervous system. Who would have guessed? I'm not going to spend very much time on that because that's like a baseline fundamental that you should have as an adult. You should be a healthy, functioning adult. And if you have multiple facets of this that aren't taken care of, like you don't have good sleep, you don't have a good diet, you don't exercise, don't be too harsh on yourself. Take one at a time. What's the most pressing? What's the highest leverage? The asymmetrical thing that will get you the most bang for your buck. Pick that, slowly increment and build that habit. Sleep is fundamental to everything. Sleep is going to help and like splinter off and help everything. So before you do anything else, you focus on getting consistent 7 hours of sleep, wake up, same time, go to bed at the same time. Don't worry about anything else, you just get your sleep right. A month later, everything else slowly is easier and you can focus on something else. Because sleep is just a baseline now, it's just easy. That's how you make actual habitual changes. So yeah, that's the video. Make sure to relax your nervous system, treat your thoughts and your mind and your imagination like a 6-year-old. Observe it. You wouldn't listen to a crazy stranger who's just schizophrenic and says 8 different things. So you have to learn to distance yourself and just observe the mind. Be a retard. And obviously, baseline fundamental good habits are going to help your nervous system immensely. And obviously, meditate. Meditate. Such a good fucking habit. I wish I did it sooner. Build it slowly. Anyway, thanks for watching, mate. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.